Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your October reading. Hope you're all doing amazing. Let's see what the overall energy for Scorpio is for October. Dependent. First card out. Somebody could be dealing with their children, having issues with their children. Their child could be a Scorpio and their child's having issues. Something involving social media, electronics, bullying. Someone could be having issues with their parents, feeling dependent on them, almost too involved, all up in their business. Somebody could be feeling down and depressed because of some pressures, either on a child or the parents. Changes I'm getting. Changes where it's the kind of changes where, like, when you're a kid, your mom or dad's like, no, you're doing this, and you're like, can't wait till I grow up. Can't wait till I grow up and out of here. I'm gonna do things so different than how you did it. So somebody could just have childhood wounds, issues from their childhood are coming up, issues with their parents are coming up. We got sellout. Oh, I don't like the way that feels. I feel like these are big changes, Scorpio. I'm getting big changes during your childhood. Big changes. I'm feeling it right here in my heart. Big changes. I'm just feeling powerless, or changes out of your control, out of your hands. It's the kind of changes where you just kind of have to go with it. People might not understand. I'm almost getting a snitching, or like, because I heard you're a rat, like a situation with like speaking the truth about something that disrupts something, or like a message about truth that pisses somebody off. Could just be a situation, Scorpio, where you feel like you're too dependent on another person and you don't like it because you feel out of control. You feel like you can't make your own choices and decisions. You don't like not being independent. Yeah. All right. I think some of you are secretly really struggling with your self-worth and your value. Unlovable came out. So maybe there was some truth that came out. Or maybe, Scorpio, you spoke some truth to somebody and were brutally honest and they couldn't handle it. And there's been some backlash because of that. And things have kind of fallen apart or taken a direction that you weren't really prepared for or that you saw coming, and you're feeling like it really fucked things up, and now you just are feeling really bad about yourself, feeling really insecure, feeling like alone, lonely, unlovable, by yourself. There's something gonna happen that made you just feel like how alone in it you really are. Maybe you're realizing like you don't have that many people to depend on. or to help you or to talk to. Maybe you feel like the only people you have are your parents. Yeah, just I'm feeling a really lonely feeling. Let me sneeze. Excuse me. I'm so aggressive. I know. I hear it all the time. Can't help it. I'm also getting an energy of maybe some of you Scorpios feel like your parents are irresponsible, immature, aren't. This card has a bride and a groom on it. Maybe somebody's getting married and their parents aren't accepting it, or your parents are getting married. Did I just say that? Your parents are getting married and you're not accepting it. Or a parent is getting married and you're not accepting of the relationship, vice versa. You could be getting married or moving in that direction in your life, and your parents don't think you're ready for that, and they don't support it. I'm feeling a little bit of a competitive energy here too. Maybe two people, a parent and a child, are engaged, getting married, and there's like a competitive energy there. Or maybe a parent is telling you like you're irresponsible, you're too young, you're going to be dependent on this person, you need to have your own life, have your own money. What are you going to do if it all falls apart? You know, and this person is all you have. You can't move back into my house. Once you're out, you're out. I'm not helping you. That kind of energy. Kind of like you made your bed, go lay in it. I tried to warn you, I tried to tell you. And you're just feeling really alone. I'm feeling an energy here where somebody really does put a lot of energy and effort into their committed relationships with a partner, you know, like who you would couple with. Like once you're in a relationship with someone, you cut off everybody else. And maybe that's a pattern you're trying to break where, like if you have a best friend, you have one best friend. If you are in a relationship, your whole life revolves around that person, and there's a lot of jealousy there, and maybe you're trying to, or you're realizing what mess that's caused in your life with that cycle of just being so dependent on one person for your happiness. Because if that person pulls back, or they have other shit going on, or they have their own life, and you're just feeling unlovable and out in the cold and alone. So maybe a cycle has ended and you're like, I'm never doing that again. Like, that's so irresponsible of me. I can't believe I was going to marry that person. They make you feel like shit. They make you feel insecure. I'm almost getting energy too of like having to ask to spend money. I'm also getting an energy too of like somebody wants to be in a relationship like that where they don't have to work. Somebody just takes care of them. They can do what they want, spend the money that they want, but maybe that's they're not with a partner who can provide that kind of life for them. Maybe they're just still really young, so they can't. But I'm also getting an energy of a laziness, of kind of like wanting everyone else to do it for you, not wanting to do the work, but then be mad at yourself because there's no results or no things coming up from that. Somebody probably could be really pissed off. I'm getting something about religion, so maybe somebody had to switch religions to be in this relationship, and now they're like pissed because like they gave up everything and, you know, changed their life, and it's like a situation where you had to be in the same religion to get married. Getting like Mormons do that, right? And maybe a person did. They converted to Mormonism and like sacrificed their everything they knew before because they love this person so much, and this person became everything to them. Their whole world revolved around them. And then say the person who was originally the Mormon leaves the relationship, or is like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, whatever, and the other person who converted their whole life to this is like, isn't that like outside of the guidelines of like what Mormons are allowed to do, like get divorced? I don't know if that's true. It's just what's in my head. It's the message I'm getting, so I'm saying it as an example. So this person's pissed because like, I gave up everything. My world revolved around you, and I followed all the rules that you gave me, and I did everything that you wanted, and I followed you around, and I depended on you, I'm definitely getting just a feeling of sacrifice. Like somebody sacrificed a lot, and they're mad about it. Because I feel like, what was it all for? My hair's standing up. Why? Like, I feel like there's just something darker going on here. So, let's see. Maybe there's two people getting divorced and there are just children involved. And maybe there's a lot of children and someone just feels like, I just got another scenario. Please let me keep that in my mind until I get this one out. That there is a lot of children involved, and that they feel like, who's gonna love me because I have all these kids. There's another situation where I feel like maybe somebody cannot have children, so they just feel unlovable. Like, who's gonna love me if I can't give them children? That's like, I'm almost feeling like someone feels like that's like the purpose of a woman in the world, is to be pregnant and having children, and someone feels because they cannot do that for their partner that they are unlovable because they can't give them children. So maybe somebody wants to leave a marriage because of that, or it's because someone has kids and feels like that's a lot of responsibility for another person to take on. I'm just getting the energy right now of chaos. I'm not feeling like that energy is going anywhere, to be honest. Reading I just did for Libra, I just felt like I couldn't breathe, which I'm still feeling here. Like an overwhelmed energy, like I can't catch my breath, I can't catch my breath, I can't get a break. One thing after another. I feel like the energy collectively for everybody is just the crashing down of things that no longer serve us, that we have been given time after time the opportunity to walk away from and change, and we haven't. We've refused to do that, so the universe is forcing us into change. It's forcing the change. It's going to feel chaotic. I do feel like for all of us, no matter how chaotic and ugly it gets, it is for the best interest of everyone involved. Even if you're involved in a situation and in this moment you do not feel like this, how could this be good? How could this be great? It will. It will. You just have to let the universe do what the universe knows how to do best, which is bring us to the point of our happiness the quickest way possible, as long as we learn to get out of the way and stop resisting it. I do feel like this is something that maybe you've thought about for a long time and you just didn't know how to do it. It's happening. Excuse my... All cards on the table. I do feel like somebody feels like they were tricked into a situation, manipulated. The Magician is here, and it's and you know, the energy I'm getting from it now is a negative one, which normally I don't feel, but I do feel like somebody was playing mind games, was manipulative, was tricking someone into believing something, doing something their way. I'm almost getting like that Wizard of Oz energy about the wizard behind the curtain. Where maybe someone just has some sudden clarity over a situation and it's just like, how the hell did I see this whole time? Or like a situation that they were in just was literally a death sentence, and I don't mean like, you know what I mean. Where they just refused to see how negative or bad it felt the whole time, because there was something that they just felt like they were getting out of it, like it was serving them, but it just wasn't. This person could be a performer, or somebody who talks in front of large groups of people, or is a boss, or somehow has people under them. Somehow this person has power over more than one person, whether it be like multiple children, a family, co-workers, a group, a club, something like that. Somehow this person has influence, and it doesn't have to be like on a global scale. It's just they have influence in some way, shape, or form over people. And I feel like there's that energy where this person feels powerful. They have some sort of influence over people. And then there's the person who just sees it for like the man behind the curtain. It's like this person puts on a show and wears a mask and is one way and is a completely different person when they step off the stage. And the person that's not on the stage is not a good, kind, nice person. And I feel just someone's like pissed off about it. Like they almost want to expose someone, like, for all the bullshit. I'm getting a strong sense of religion. And because I keep being shown analogies that have to do with like religion, where like someone has to convert to someone else's religion, or if you don't do like the rules of the religion, you're like kicked out. If like a priest has the image of being a good, godly person, but like is a pedophile and is molesting and raping children. It's that kind of energy where like it's a very strong contrast between like what everyone sees and then what happens behind the curtain or behind closed doors or in the dark or when the uniform comes off. It's definitely an energy of influence though. Like this person is good at the role that they play. Maybe this person is just calling out like religion for what it is, or like is going against it. Maybe you were raised, it's kind of like I was raised in a Christian family, and you know, I'm very spiritual, but I really don't have any interest in organized religion. So it could be a situation like that where this person maybe speaks about that, has influence about that, where they speak out against their religion publicly on a stage. I don't know. Justice, yeah. Some sort of it's like seeing things for what they really are. Maybe they have a whole group, organization, or religion against them. I really am feeling a strong energy of like not feeling well right now. Like almost lightheaded, dizzy. I can't like catch my breath. I'm feeling almost cloudy and see, like I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time finding words to the things that I'm trying to say. So maybe somebody is feeling that same way. Like they're really struggling with having their voice, saying something, speaking out the truth about something. But they want to bring justice to the situation. It's like wanting to expose all the lies. I don't like this. This feels really heavy. This feels, yeah, not good. Dark, heavy. I'm getting now like somebody trying to pay off a group of people to keep quiet instead of them coming out to speak the truth. What is going on here, Scorpio? I'm feeling like this is weird. Like there's like love, family, religion, publicity. All tied into one. Because now we have the Knight of Cups, and like as soon as I saw the card, I'm hearing Knight in Shining Armor. Like, is it somebody who has a lot of love for somebody in a situation like this, or is feeling like they need someone to come in and rescue them? Excuse me, or is this like a person pretending? I'm having deja vu. Oh my gosh. Somebody pretending to come in. Because I'm almost getting that theater kind of energy again, where like somebody's on stage, but they're like playing a part, like they're coming in to like play the Knight in Shining Armor, or to play the role of the hero, of like someone the lights are flashing again, goodness gracious. Coming in to play the role of like, I'll help you. They could be younger. They could be somebody from childhood. You could have been friends since childhood. But it's that same energy of like in the spotlight. Like I just Jesus. All my hair is standing up. And now I'm just like feeling really cold. What is this? I'm like having a hard time focusing. All my senses right now are like on high alert. This almost feels like it's taken all of my energy to focus. It's almost feeling too like there's all these circumstances around me that are like trying to get my attention. And I'm really just having a hard time because it's like all this scattered energy. Oh my gosh. King of Swords. I'm getting a strong sense of somebody's protecting some information, who's fully aware that they have the power to speak some truth, say some truth, share some truth that would be absolutely shattering to whatever this is, a situation, a person, and it's like it could happen super quickly. Maybe Scorpio, you or this person or the situation, it's like everyone's aware. It's almost like somebody knows somebody holds the power to shake this shit up quickly. And every day they're dealing with the reality of, is today gonna be the day? Is today the day? Is today the day? Oh my gosh. Excuse me. And it's overwhelming and it's exhausting. And somebody could be not sleeping and constantly looking at their phone, like almost anticipating the news of this coming out. Or it definitely feels like someone using or abusing their power. Somebody worried about like the courts being involved, or the courts are involved, or I'm just feeling like whoever's the person who perceived they had the power and were abusing the power, that person thought they were so powerful, this would never happen. Now, whoever were the victims of that abusive power now hold the power. It's a flip-flop of the energy of who holds the power. So now, the people who were the victims who now have the power are highly aware of what they can do with that. And I don't feel like they are currently using that as a weapon against somebody. A weapon against the person who abused their power. So now the person who abused their power is super anxious. How I'm feeling right now. Sick to their stomach, they have a headache, they're exhausted, they're super anxious, they're nervous, they are having a hard time focusing, it's taking all of their mental energy. because they're consumed by whatever this information is or whatever. And this person's not doing anything, they're just kind of holding on to it. So I think someone's kind of in a limbo right now about what's going to happen. What are they going to do? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This feels so heavy and overwhelming. I should say this could just involve a wedding. Just a marriage in general. But this feels like Scorpios. If you guys know what the hell I'm talking about, please fill me in, because this feels so much bigger than like a personal reading. This feels really big and very specific. Like I'm kind of having a hard time generalizing the message I'm getting, because it just feels so direct, if that makes sense. And like I'm having a hard, it feels like, even though I'm talking about marriage, and it feels bigger than that. If this is a marriage situation, I just need to say, whoever is in this really feels like they got duped, tricked, manipulated. I can't stop moving. It's like I just want to get away from it all. Like I just want this reading to be over. We're 32 minutes and 59 seconds into it. And I don't really want to keep diving deeper into this, to be honest. So I feel like me feeling that is the energy, the lights are flickering now, of what it feels like to be in this. Like, I just want this to be over. Someone is really struggling with the truth coming out. Either about a child, children, a power dynamic between two people. This could be someone who's just super committed to not showing a not telling the truth, almost like someone who's super committed to, like, they're just gonna keep their mouths closed till the end. We have the Fool now. Somebody definitely feels that. I feel that way. Somebody feels like a fool. Like they got played. Like I'm so disoriented right now. That I completely shuffle my cards, fronts and backs. Somebody's trying really hard to keep it together. I'm feeling like this definitely involves the court, somebody getting justice, somebody calling out an entire organization, or an entire organization thinking they had the power, and all secrets about to come out on the table, and somebody's really, really pissed off about it. Like, show's over. It's all about to come crashing down. And it's about something deeper and darker. The Lovers now. Is it something that happened that's just really, really messed up? Because there was another person involved outside of this marriage that was dead? I mean, look at these two. This is irresponsible. Was somebody irresponsible with a marriage or a partner and they had this going on? And I mean, look at this. It's all, you know. And something terrible happened because of that? Because there was another person? Is somebody lying about there being another person? Is there somebody who's trying to make it all about all these other things? Religion, children, all the stuff I said. I'm feeling really, really just like, I just sprayed spit across the room. All the stuff that I just said. But really, this is what's hidden. And somebody's trying to keep quiet. Choice that they made behind closed doors, and then everything else surrounding that, it's like all excuses. I think that by the time of the full moon in Aries, it'll be out. I feel like there's all these little lies, and there's one really big truth. And maybe all these little lies or somebody gaslighting a situation and trying to create enormous amounts of doubt about something on purpose. Like, I want you to think it's all these other things. And it's actually not. It's one big thing. I think that one big thing might shock a lot of people. I think there's going to be a lot of people being like, I told you so, I knew it kind of energy, but I think there's some sort of twist here that people are missing out on. Maybe there's something hidden that's going to be discovered, and maybe it's going to be discovered in like plain sight. I'm still getting the energy of just like there's a spotlight on this situation, or it's happening on a big scale or a main stage or in front of people, where it has the power to influence people, the way they're thinking, the way they're acting, the things they're saying, the things they're doing. I just feel like it's just not this small thing. I don't know. It's kind of a big deal. Maybe there's the key missing piece or something. It's almost the energy of like if somebody had evidence to something, okay, on like a high profile case, and there's all this shit going on behind the scenes, kind of like the Kylie Rodney case. You know, there's all this speculation, all this stuff that it's almost like suddenly, well, no, there's a person who knows about a piece of evidence and they know it's out there, for example, somewhere, because they're somehow have some inside information about what happened. And then they're feeling really anxious, waiting day after day after day after day for it to be found or discovered or to come out, because then they know that like all of this comes crashing down. So this person can't rest. It's just, they're anxious, they're nervous, they're out of their mind just with anxiety, nervous, because this happened on a big scale. There's a lot of people, there's a hot spotlight on it. It's influenced a lot of people to speak out about a lot of things. And they're just anticipating the moment that it gets discovered or found. I do feel like something is going to be discovered or found around the full moon, that all this comes crashing down. But I'm getting a feeling of like everyone questioning, like, who put that there? Who planted that there? Is this part of the plan? Because it just, what I'm getting is it feels like it should have been discovered sooner, or how did somebody miss that? Because it feels like it's just in plain sight. Like it's hidden in plain sight. Yeah, like a plot or a plan. And this Two of Cups here, they look like, you know, they're planning something. It says Romeo and Juliet forever, and there's lights on the trees, and you know, like they're planning something. So maybe just the plan gets discovered, or about what really was going on in a situation, even though somebody tried to make it like it was all these other things, but really like they were just having an affair or cheating or murder for hire. I don't know. Situation like that. So they could be together. I just heard the song that's like dancing in the moonlight. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The cards just threw up. Maybe somebody is throwing up. Ace of Swords. Some kind of truth coming out. The universe. Still getting the energy of just hidden in plain sight. Like it's almost like there's no way that was there the whole time. We would have saw it. We would have seen it. There's no way. Like nobody can believe it. It just feels unbelievable. Like there's no way that this information, this thing whenever it gets undiscovered, there's no way this thing is the truth. Nobody's buying it. I don't know. Is it found at nighttime too? Because if whatever this thing is discovered in the nighttime, I feel like it makes it even that more suspect. Like if for example a place was searched over and over in the daylight, and then just randomly it's found at nighttime, like look at this thing I discovered. It seems a little sus. I don't know. This situation seems a little sus. Anybody want to let me know what the hell's going on here? Because I know it's not meant for me to understand, but this is the kind of situation where I'm like, what the hell? Because it's like we have two sides. There's people who are like, I told you, I knew it, da-da-da, and there's other people like, there's no way. There's no way. It just feels like there's just a darkness in this that no matter how much I want to see something good, I am so sorry because it just doesn't feel that way. Whatever this situation is, it feels like it's big and there's this lingering darkness just under the surface that if we're seeing all this, okay, there's something much bigger going on underneath the surface that, like, I'm almost getting like it's just hard to even believe that that would be the truth. I don't know how else to explain it. It's almost like the truth is just so unbelievable that, like, it's hard to accept that's the reality, if that makes sense. And I think it's gonna upset a lot of people and cause a lot of conflict. I think, like, I feel like it's just conflict on a bigger scale. I'm trying to put words to what I'm feeling, and I just feel like it's bigger than, it's bigger. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna put this up, to be honest. I kind of just want this to be over, and I feel like that's just me channeling the energy of the reading, like just wanting this situation to be over because it feels really big and it feels really heavy and it feels really dark and it feels really, like, unbelievably huge. And maybe that's the collective energy of whatever the situation is, of just like, we want this to be over, we want this to shut up, how can we get everybody to stop talking about it, how can we, so there's some, like, truth bomb drop where people are just like, that can't be it, and they're not letting it go. And I feel like there's a frustration there because it's like, why can't we just accept this as the truth and let this go and let it go away? But it's just not, people are not accepting that. And so there's the frustration of both sides of, like, wanting it to be over, but, like, people just aren't buying it. So now it's like that energy of constant, you know, black and white, the push and pull of, like, trying to manipulate, because I feel the power here, a situation or a group of people, and I feel like the people are just kind of like, no, we're not buying it. We're not doing that anymore. Like, we're not just going to shut up. We're not going to give up. So they're at a point where it's like, what do we do? And everybody's, like, brainstorming, trying to come up with ideas of, like, how to make this go away or to be stopped or to shut up or whatever. And that there is an energy of, like, immaturity or youth or something involved here, because I do feel like there's conflict amongst a younger energy. It could be, like, people at a school or a group of friends or siblings or just a larger group of, like, kids at a church. I don't know how, people in a crowd. I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling. It's like, it can't just be, like, a group of friends. It could be, like, an entire school or, like, a whole theater full of fans, or it's that kind, like, all the people at the church that are there to attend church. It's that kind of a vibe of, like, energy. Like, it's big. It's not just like, oh, we're individually dealing with this small issue in our life. And maybe you are, and if you are, please tell me, because I really am curious. I really want to know. But to me, this feels like it's a much bigger situation. And it's involving liars, manipulation, competition, conflict. I'm feeling a dark energy, like, being influenced by a dark energy. I don't want to say the word cult, but it keeps popping in my head. Like, there's some sort of, like, a religious cult, any kind of a cult, where they're manipulating the energy in a negative way, using children in a negative way, like the innocents, or manipulating children, or there's just a group of people in power who have control over younger individuals who they're influencing and almost brainwashing into, this is the truth, this is the way. And there might be a group within that group that's just like, I'm feeling like in a jury room deliberating where there's like, it's split 50-50. Like everybody knows and saw and witnessed the same thing, okay? But we all perceive things differently. Like if there was like a tragedy that happened and there's a group of people there, everyone remembers something different. Are they all wrong? No, that's what their experience of that situation was. If it was filmed, the facts would be what was shown, right? But there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, I don't remember that. I didn't see that. I didn't, it was this person. I saw a blue shirt, da, da, da. So everyone, I feel like it's split 50-50. There's this group of people who feels like we all saw and witnessed the same thing. There's the group that's like, this is absolutely insanity and crazy. Absolutely not. How don't you see that this is the truth? And there's the people over here going, no, this is the truth. We all know what the truth is, but it's like, these people are like, we want to speak out and say the truth because like, this is exhausting and I can't spend the rest of my life like this. And the other group is like, no, we can't do that. They told us we had to do this, say this, act this way. And they're still under the influence of the power that's held over them. Whereas the other group is kind of like, no, we have the power because we have the truth. So why don't we just say the truth? And this group is scared because they're scared of the power. But this group is like, no, we have the power. They should be scared of us. Because if we say the truth, all this shit falls down. I'm getting a whole bunch of scenarios, like I'm sharing with you guys, of like situations where I feel like that. Like if there's like, a group of kids grow up in a church and there's the diehards, and then there's the ones who are like, nah, this kind of fucked up. It doesn't make sense. Like we're the judgiest people in the world, and we're supposed to be the most loving, caring, and we're not. Like, how can't you see that? And these people are like, well, no, because it's what we were taught, and we were raised to do that, and we stand here. Because they're scared to go against everything they've ever known. And then there's people who are like, how don't you see that this is all a crock of shit? I hope you guys get it at this point by now if you're still here, because I'm just really having a hard time believing that this is something that, you know what I mean? And you know what, out of curiosity, I'm going to see what the universe is going to do here, because, I'm giving the message I'm getting, and I know I'm not supposed to understand the message, but let's just see. We're going to do some of these message cards. I'm curious what's going to come out to this, and if it's going to give me any more clarity towards this or not. Let's find out together. I'm like so conflicted about posting this, but it's funny because I just thought when I said that, like, am I even going to post this to myself? Because it's like this, it's usually the ones that I can make no sense out of, that people are like, yeah, and now my light's flickering. And it just reaffirms to me that, like, I just need to give the message. I don't need to understand it. I just want to be happy. I mean, there we go. It makes sense with the reading, right? There's somebody who just wants to let this all go, to speak the truth, to be happy. Whatever this situation is, it's causing a lot. And I think somebody just doesn't understand how people can't see things their way too. Like it just feels split down the middle. Like there's just I don't know. Scorpio, please do share with me. Especially if you've seen this whole thing and you've seen how many times I've said, like, I don't think I'm going to put this up. Because if it's up, it's up, and if it's up, and it's up, and it's up. So let me know in the comments. I mean, if you don't mind sharing, and you know, with everybody, because please tell me what is going on. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And hopefully the situation gets all figured out. And the energy is much lighter next time. See you soon.